Take off your shoes, stay right there. Sit yourself down in an easy chair. Buck's gonna give us a taste of the outdoor life. We got ducks to hunt and fish to catch. He might even take us to a shooting match. Let's join Buck for a bit of the outdoor life. Now, if you've been wishing for a little fun, Buck's gonna show us how it's done. There's no better time in the world, you know, than Buck McNeely's outdoor show. We got high adventure with a natural flair. You can see it all from your favorite chair. Let's join Buck for a taste of the outdoor life.
The Outdoorsman is brought to you by Outdoorsman International. Connect and subscribe via our social media pages. Hello, I'm Buck McNeely. Welcome to The Outdoorsman. On this adventure, we're on safari in Mozambique, Africa, for the massive hippopotamus in the Zambezi River. Stay tuned. Our adventure begins right after this. Buck McNeely here. I'm a Christian patriot. I defend our Second Amendment and our human rights. To hear more, engage on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and buckmcneely.com.
Dangerous ladders, gutter muck? Ugh, no wonder you hate cleaning your gutters. Good thing there's Leaf Filter. Our patented filter technology keeps leaves and debris out of your gutters forever. Guaranteed. Call 833-LEAF-FILTER to get started and get the permanent gutter solution that ends clogs for good.
They took the time to answer all of our questions. They really put us at ease.
End clogged gutters for good. Call 833-LEAF-FILTER or visit leaffilter.com today.
It's on Poshmark.
It's here and it's half off.
Find the best deals today.
Yes, Poshmark.
I knew Poshmark would have it.
They're perfect.
Find everything you want on Poshmark. Download the app to start shopping today.
With so many choices, how do you pick the right dog food? Well, you want real meat to be the first ingredient. And you probably don't want things like chicken byproduct meal or whole grain corn. That makes the choice pretty easy. Blue Buffalo. Pick up Blue wherever you buy pet food.
Clogged gutters can cause big problems fast. Until now. Call 833-LEAF-FILTER today for your free gutter inspection.
I've had terrible flooding problems on my porch. Now I understand why.
Right now, Leaf Filter is offering a free inspection on your schedule. Leaf Filter is a permanent gutter solution, so you never have to worry about costly damage from clogged gutters again.
Call us today and schedule your free inspection.
To schedule your free inspection, call 833-LEAF-FILTER today or visit leaffilter.com.
Buck McNeely here. I'm a Christian patriot. I defend our Second Amendment and our human rights. To hear more, engage on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and buckmcneely.com.
J&B Outdoors knows how important it is to carry on the long legacy of great hunting, fishing, and trapping, and our region is blessed with some of the best. As hunters, anglers, and trappers ourselves, we know how crucial your precious time afield and on the water is. Trust your local friendly experts for all your firearm, archery, hunting, fishing, and trapping needs. J&B Outdoors, conveniently located in the Anderson Ford Plaza on the Northbelt Highway in St. Joseph. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram for great deals and information.
We're Dan and Shay. When The Voice decided to have its first ever double coaches, we were a natural choice.
That's right, because we're totally in sync. I mean, we even finish each other's sentences.
How are we saying the same thing at the same time?
Aardvark.
How did you know I was going to say aardvark?
Foliage.
Double coaches Dan and Shay join Reba McEntire, John Legend, and Chance the Rapper on The Voice, Monday and Tuesday on NBC and Peacock.
After you.
Oh, no, after you.
After you.
Yeah, this is going to be a problem.
Our adventure takes us to Mozambique, Africa. Located on the southeast portion of the continent, the country's landmass is slightly smaller than California at 309,000 square miles. Mozambique was a Portuguese colony from 1500 to 1975 when it gained its independence. To this day, Portuguese is the official language of Mozambique. We flew into the port city of Beira, which is the second largest city and the primary shipping port for the nation. There's over 500,000 residents in Beira and over 24 million people in the entire country. We were here to visit Mashambanzo safaris and hunt their various camps located in multiple locations. The owner and professional hunter, Grant Taylor, gave us the rundown. I'd like you to meet Grant Taylor. He's the professional hunter and owner of Mashambanzo Safaris in Mozambique. Great to see you today, Grant.
Nice to meet you too, Buck.
Tell me a little bit about your operation. How long have you been in business?
We started operation in 2005, and we've been steadily growing ever since.
Mozambique is where you hunt. Tell me a little bit about Mozambique and the hunting available here in this country.
Oh, absolutely. It's been ravaged by civil war up until '92. The peace agreement was signed. A couple of years after that, the first safari operation kicked into gear, and ever since then it's been steadily growing, and it's become quite a big player in the safari industry now.
Grant, one of the species I'm really looking forward to hunting is the hippopotamus. How do you hunt the hippo?
Buck, we have on the Zambezi River very high volumes of hippo. You see a couple of hundred on a daily basis if you cover enough distance. So we'll use the speedboat, we'll move up and down the river. We want to try and locate an old bachelor bull that's been kicked out of the breeding groups, just to lessen the stress on the breeding groups. And there are plenty of these lone bachelor bulls, and they're generally the biggest trophies out there.
During the day, they're always in the water, right?
Yeah, absolutely. They feed almost exclusively at night in this particular area.
And that's when the hippo encounters the natives, and sometimes to the natives' bad luck when he encounters a hippo on the land at night.
Absolutely. Along with the crocodile, the hippo accounts for a huge amount of fatalities in Mozambique. A lot of it is local fishermen. When a bull's been kicked out of the herd, he's licking his wounds, he's feeling a bit sorry for himself, and the fisherman comes drifting down in his makoro or dugout canoe, bumps into him, and obviously jumps the boat, and more often than not the guy ends up drowning.
Big hippo can do a lot of damage to a guy in a dugout canoe, huh?
Oh, absolutely. If we get a bull, and we're lucky enough to, you'll see the tusks that he has on him and the damage that they can do.
All right, so what kind of kill shot are we looking for?
Very similar to the crocodile, we want to be able to turn his lights out immediately, so either a frontal or a side brain shot. Because the shot will be taken in water, he will go down, he will sink to the bottom of the river, and then we wait generally 30 minutes, and it can be up to 2-3 hours at times before he floats again, and then we'll pull him to shore as soon as he floats.
Well, isn't that when the real work begins?
Yeah, it's a hell of a job. As soon as he floats, then you've got to try and tow him to land, and then barrel roll him into position for photographs and everything else. So it's...
And you literally process him and cut the meat off and everything right there where you get him onto the sandbar.
Absolutely. You're right there as soon as you can. You want to get him cut up and then use the boats to start ferrying the meat back to the local villages and for camp and whatever else it needs to be done.
Well, I've never hunted the hippo before. I've seen him in the water, and I've always been fascinated by the animal, so I'm looking forward to this hunt as well.
Absolutely. It's going to be great.
Thank you, Grant.
Pleasure, Buck.
Grant's concessions are famous for multiple species of Africa's tiny tin antelope. Grant and my son Max set out to collect a few specimens.
Right, Max, what we're going to do now, we're going to sit here. We're in the Sunni forest here. Okay. They don't have very big territorial ranges, so if we sit here and we just sit nice and slow and nice and quietly and keep our movements slow, they should be able to come in and we should be able to get a shot at a good male, okay?
All right, sounds good.
All right, just remember, keep your movements slow. Any quick trigger movements or anything will spark them off and then they'll run away again, okay?
Don't want to give him any reason, yeah.
Absolutely.
Right,
but there's a lot in this area. If we just sit quietly for a couple of minutes here, they should start coming in.
All right, so it's settled in here.
Max, there's a female right through there. Keep an eye on her. Locate her with your scope if you can, because the male will probably be pretty close by, okay? All right,
I'll get an eye on her. Okay, I see her there.
Okay. All right, here comes the male. You see the male, he's about 2 meters behind the female.
Oh, there he is.
You can see the wiggling of his tail through the bush.
Yeah, I see it going.
Okay, yeah, he's a good one, eh? So when you're ready, you can take that shot.
All right. There it comes. All right, here we go.
Good shot. You got it.
Oh, man. Whew. Little sucker came out of nowhere, but I found him. One shot and he was down.
Tough shot through the trees, isn't it?
Yeah, it's hard to find him, let alone get on him like that, man.
Yeah, he's a good one, Max. Well, Max, that was a hell of a shot on your Sunni. Well done.
Thank you, thank you. He was a tough little bugger.
Yeah, we sat here for about an hour and a half in the forests. They have a small territory.
Mm-hmm.
They don't move very far, but they live in thick forests. They're obviously at the bottom of the food chain.
Right.
So there's a lot of critters trying to get hold of these guys.
That's why they don't stand around very long. Any little movement, they're gone. That's why we had to wait on them.
And yeah, you managed to make a good shot on them. And it was a 20, 30 yard shot through the forest, and you dropped him fair and square.
Yep, I dropped him. I was pretty happy to see him. You got me all excited because you told me how hard these things are to find, and you can only find them really in Mozambique here. So I was very happy to see him come into my scope.
In terms of a trophy, he's a hell of a good one, Max. He'll be about 3.5, maybe he might touch 4 inches if we're lucky. Basically 3 inches makes both record books, SCI and Roland Ward. So this one will walk it into both record books. They can get up to, I think the world record currently stands at just short of 5 inches. So
wow.
For a little animal, they do have exceptionally long horns.
No, they are some nice horns. I definitely like those. Those are pretty.
The other thing is, if you look at them, they don't, like regular antelope, they'll grow out the top of their head. These, if you look at it, you can see they grow out the forehead.
Right, that's right, they do. They're a little lower than most animals have.
For the collectors looking to get the tiny 10, you have to come and get a Livingston Sunni. You can only shoot them in Mozambique. There's very few other places in Africa that you can get them.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of them here.
I'm very fortunate to get one. I've got 5 of the tiny 10 now, so I'm halfway there, and that's a big one to check off the list there, so I'm very happy there.
Absolutely. No, well done.
Yeah, he's a gorgeous animal. I really appreciate it. I've had a great time out here with you, Grant. I really have. It's always fun out here.
Fantastic, man. Well done, Max.
Thank you.
Poshmark is the perfect side hustle. It got me through school, a new job, and getting into my first apartment. There's so much I can sell. Bags, accessories, home decor, and it's so easy to sell on Poshmark, you can do it in a minute. I love it.
Clogged gutters can cause big problems fast. Until now. Call 833 Leaf Filter today for your free gutter inspection.
I've had terrible flooding problems on my porch. Now I understand why.
Right now, Leaf Filter is offering a free inspection on your schedule. Leaf Filter is a permanent gutter solution, so you never have to worry about costly damage from clogged gutters again.
Call us today and schedule your free inspection.
To schedule your free inspection, call 833 Leaf Filter today or visit leaffilter.com.
And we're live. I am so excited.
With Posh Shows, you have direct access to Poshmark's millions of sellers with auctions starting as low as $3. Posh Shows, the newest way to score the deal of a lifetime on Poshmark. Start bidding today.
Dangerous ladders, gutter muck. Ugh, no wonder you hate cleaning your gutters. Good thing there's Leaf Filter. Our patented filter technology keeps leaves and debris out of your gutters forever. Guaranteed. Call 833 Leaf Filter to get started and get the permanent gutter solution that ends clogs for good.
They took the time to answer all of our questions. They really put us at ease.
End clogged gutters for good. Call 833 Leaf Filter or visit leaffilter.com today. Clogged gutters can cause big problems fast. Until now. Call 833 Leaf Filter today for your free gutter inspection.
I've had terrible flooding problems on my porch. Now I understand why.
Right now, Leaf Filter is offering a free inspection on your schedule. Leaf Filter is a permanent gutter solution, so you never have to worry about costly damage from clogged gutters again.
Call us today and schedule your free inspection.
To schedule your free inspection, call 833 Leaf Filter today or visit leaffilter.com.
Is that dirt bike still gathering dust in your garage? Does the old ATV need some TLC? At Reed Cycles Sales and Service, we've got the skills and experience to tackle any problem. We will tune, fix, or detail any kind of motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side. Don't take it to the big guys. Reed will get you back on those dirty Missouri back roads in no time. With fast, honest, friendly service, trust the experts at Reed Cycles Power Sports Sales and Service.
Weekends on NBC are your destination for more fun. Join Peter Gross and Dr. Ray and discover the Wild Kingdom in your backyard on Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom Protecting the Wild, while Dylan Dreyer and Chanel Jones celebrate the world's most amazing animals on Earth Odyssey and Wild Child. Plus, Craig Robinson shows us how the Harlem Globetrotters play it forward. And Corey Robinson brings us inspiring stories on one team, the power of sports. The more you know. Weekends on NBC.
We drove up to the Zambezi River, where Grant has a camp near a village on the river. The villagers are the recipients of most of the meat from the animals hunted in this concession. We had arrived to hunt for crocodile and hippopotamus. The Zambezi is 1,600 miles long and flows from Zambia to Mozambique, where it empties into the Indian Ocean. It's the fourth largest river in Africa. As we cruised the river, we spotted several herds of hippo eyeing us warily. We were looking for an old bull to hunt. The plan was to shoot from the front of the boat. We spotted a lone bull hanging near a snag, and as we moved in, he moved away. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up in the nose of the boat, try and eyeball him through the scope, and see if he presents a shot. Grant, every time he goes down, it looks like he's moving just a little closer.
I think you're right, Buck. It looks like he is coming back again. But let's just see. He might give us a good shot. Just keep following the bow wave.
How long can they stay down at a time?
Around about 5 minutes.
That's impressive.
He's not staying down that long. He's coming up. He's a little bit inquisitive because we've obviously, as you said, taken a spot here.
He's going to turn and give me the frontal.
Okay. Rolling. Rolling. Wait.
Whoa, did you see that? I think we got him mad now.
That's a serious show of dominance just to say, hey, you guys, move away from my spot here.
Yeah, we got a spot. I think he's going to come challenge us. He's going to get in a lot closer here. Let's see how close he gets. That head's looking big in the scope now, Grant. I think I can take a shot.
Okay, try to do the frontal shot. If you can get the shot, when you're ready, you can take the shot there.
Yeah, he's moving. I'm trying to get that frontal brain shot if possible, as opposed to the side brain. Yeah, talk to me. Tell me.
Good shot.
He's hit. He's anchored.
Yeah.
He went down.
Yeah, he's down, but just keep him covered.
There's his feet. Grant. He rolled on me.
Yeah, just wait for the skull. We don't want to shoot into the body. Wait for his head. If his head comes up, then put a bullet in. Let's just give him 5-10 minutes. If he doesn't come up, we know he'll drown himself.
What an interesting scenario there. You spotted him right behind this stick pile, And as we got closer, we spooked him out of there, and we tied up to the stick pile, and he moved off quite a ways, but he didn't seem happy, did he?
No, he didn't. I think the pot of hippos 200-300 yards further downstream. I think the herd bull's given this guy a bit of a whipping. So he's licking his wounds here, sitting in this tree pile, in this pile of sticks here. And I think obviously we took his little spot here, and he decided to challenge us and come back and show his dominance, and he kept coming closer and closer and gave us a nice 40-yard shot.
I'm curious to see exactly where the bullet hit, but I was aiming for that point that you showed me right there between the eyes, and apparently it worked, because we've got to say big bull hippo, and he's massive too, isn't he?
Oh, you saw when he came out of the water and he thrashed his head around. He's a big old boy.
Oh man, I can't wait to see what he looks like when he gets out of the water. Now, what happens next?
Well, he's not in very deep water at the moment, so we can actually see the ripples. We can see a little bit of his body showing out of the water. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to get some heavy-duty rope, use the boat to pull him to the bank, and then we can roll him up onto the bank and take some photos and have a good look at him there.
So are you going to radio your crew and have them come up and join us for that?
We've put the call in already, and they're on the way up.
Outstanding. Well, this should be interesting. We're going to follow the entire sequence and show you how these Africans render a hippo carcass once it's down. It should be an interesting learning experience. Stay tuned. More action from Mozambique coming up right after this.
Dangerous ladders, gutter muck? Ugh, no wonder you hate cleaning your gutters. Good thing there's leaf filter. Our patented filter technology keeps leaves and debris out of your gutters forever. Guaranteed. Call 833-LEAF-FILTER to get started and get the permanent gutter solution that ends clogs for good.
They took the time to answer all of our questions. They really put us at ease.
End clogged gutters for good. Call 833-LEAF-FILTER or visit leaffilter.com today.
Poshmark is the perfect side hustle. It got me through school, a new job, and getting into my first apartment. There's so much I can sell. Bags, accessories, home decor, and it's so easy to sell on Poshmark, you can do it in a minute. I love it.
With so many choices, how do you pick the right dog food? Well, you want real meat to be the first ingredient. And you probably don't want things like chicken byproduct meal or whole grain corn. That makes the choice pretty easy. Blue Buffalo. Pick up Blue wherever you buy pet food.
Do you know someone who is rocking the golden years? That means someone 55 or older who's serving the community or is continuing to make an impact in the workplace. News Press Now and Freudenthal Primary Care at Home are teaming up to honor them with our Aging Well Award. To nominate someone, you can go to newspressnow.com/agingwell. Each month, we'll select a winner and interview them on the last Wednesday of every month. Join us in applauding all of those who are aging well.
Heather and I had an argument just like any other couple. I was lost and lonely. I had snapped. I had a gun and I was going to take my own life. Heather helped me realize that there was still life to live. For the better of myself, my family, my weapon is now safely put away.
My son, Ricky, took his life by the use of a firearm. It broke me in ways that I never knew that I could be broken. And I contemplated suicide. Afterwards, we found out his girlfriend, she was pregnant. If that was my grandson, I was gonna have to be here for him. I still own my firearm. I keep it in a safe because I want to keep my grandson and myself safe.
A moment of crisis can happen to anyone.
Store your gun securely, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo.
If we protect our natural heritage, there will always be memorable moments in the wild kingdom.
I had no idea it was going to be this beautiful.
All right, back to the ocean where you belong. I hope you come back here and lay lots of eggs. There we go.
Once we ascertained the bull was done, Grant called in his crew. Here's where the work began. They towed the bull toward shore. Once near the bank, the men struggled to roll him onto dry land. They're digging out the bank here to create a ramp so they can roll the hippo up, get it up on dry land so they can process the meat. Grant, you told me that hippo hunting was quite a process and quite a project, and I've never done it before, but I'm beginning to find out now. Thank you for the opportunity. This has been interesting. We made the shot out there in the water. The animal died, and then you brought in the crew. Quite a process just getting it to shore.
Oh, absolutely. The killing of the hippo is the easy part. It's the getting it to where you see it now. That's what takes time.
And there's another step beyond that, and that is the rendering of the meat.
Well, we haven't even started the butchering process yet. So.
Absolutely. Well, you know, that hippo was looking at us. He came in close enough to give us a good shot. I shot him right here. I was aiming between the eyes. He was moving. The boat was moving. I didn't get exactly centered, but enough of it got there, angled in, and turned his lights out and killed him. Tell me about the characteristics of the bull hippo.
There's a few telltale signs of differentiating between a bull and a cow. First and foremost is the tusk sockets. Unfortunately, you can see the foam coming out there, but that's the socket where the bottom big main tusks fit into. Sheer size, obviously a bull's substantially bigger than a cow. The bulls have the big goggly eyes, whereas the cows don't.
This great big protrusion, that's bone right there, isn't it?
That's all bone. That's the eye socket.
Yes, and look at these little bitty tiny ears. I mean, for an animal this size, the warthog has a bigger ear than that.
No, he sure does. And then obviously, I mean, the scars. If you look across the thing here, he's an old bull. He's been in many battles. He was lurking close to the big herd that you can probably hear behind us in the background. I would imagine that the herd bull there has given this guy a bit of a beating recently. There's a couple of fresh scars on him.
Yes.
So
he was probably driven out of the herd, you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
What will this animal weigh?
This will be about 17 to 1800 kilos. So in pounds, probably 4,000 pounds, around about there.
Unbelievable.
They look fat. They don't look like they're very mobile. I assure you underneath here there is very little fat.
They run fast on land when they want to, and they can literally swim like fish in the water.
Absolutely. No, they're a lot more agile than people give them credit.
I've seen videos of hippo underwater before, and quite an amazing sight. This is one of the most unique animals of Africa, and without question, an experience that I will never forget. Thank you.
Well done, Buck. Great shooting.
The process of rendering a hippo carcass is fascinating. First, they cut the thick hide off in panels, then they remove the head from the body. Then the legs are quartered out, and the rest of the ribs and meat are cut away. Nothing was wasted. Grant kept 1/4 to feed his crew, and the rest was given to the tribesmen and their families. Exploring the Zambezi River and this part of Mozambique was a fascinating adventure. If you'd like more info on a safari in Mozambique, contact Grant and his U.S. booking agent. I'm Buck McNeely. Join me again next time for another exciting adventure on The Outdoorsman. The Outdoorsman is brought to you by Outdoorsman International. Connect and subscribe via our social media pages.